Have you ever noticed how you feel super relaxed at the beach, but completely stressed out in a messy room? That's not just in your head, it's real. And it's all about how your surroundings affect your mood, behavior, and even the choices you make. This is called environmental psychology. And we're going to explore exactly how the spaces around you shape who you are and how you act. So, what exactly is environmental psychology? It's a field of study that looks at how the physical environment, like the spaces you live, work, and hang out in, impacts your thoughts, emotions, and behavior. In simple terms, it's the science of how places influence people. But let's break it down with a real-world example. You ever walked into a really messy room and instantly felt overwhelmed? Or maybe you've walked into a beautiful, calm space and suddenly felt at ease? That's environmental psychology. It's all about how things like lighting, colors, sounds, and even the layout of a room can make you feel and act in different ways. It's not just about how a place looks, it's about how that space makes you feel. The environment around you can actually change your mood, your stress levels, your creativity, and even how social you are. Let's start with something we can all relate to: how your surroundings affect your mood. Think about your bedroom, your favorite park, or even your classroom. These places aren't just backdrops to your life, they have a real impact on how you feel. Have you ever noticed that being in nature makes you feel relaxed? There's a reason for that. Studies show that spending time in natural environments like gardens, forests, or even your backyard can reduce stress and boost your mood. This is because nature helps calm our nervous systems. It's why people often go for a walk in the park when they're stressed, or take vacations to places like the beach or mountains to get away from it all. Nature has this amazing ability to calm our minds, which is something you can use to your advantage. Stressed out by school? Go for a walk outside, and you'll likely feel a lot better afterward. On the flip side, let's talk about cities. Living in a busy, noisy, and crowded urban environment can have the opposite effect. The constant noise of traffic, crowded sidewalks, and the general hustle and bustle can make you feel more stressed and anxious. It's called urban overstimulation, and it happens because your brain is trying to process way too much information at once. This doesn't mean cities are bad, but it does mean that living in an environment with constant noise and activity can keep your stress levels higher than they would be in a quieter, less crowded place. Ever feel tense walking through a busy street, but instantly calmer when you reach a quieter area? That's your brain reacting to the environment around you. Now let's talk about how your environment affects your productivity and creativity. This is something a lot of us can relate to, especially when we're trying to get work done or come up with new ideas. First, clutter. If you're sitting in a messy room, trying to focus on homework or a project, you've probably noticed that it's harder to concentrate. That's because clutter is distracting. When your environment is cluttered, your brain is constantly processing all the things around you, making it harder to focus on the task at hand. It's like having a bunch of open tabs on your browser while trying to work on one document. Even if you're not looking at the other tabs, they're still there, making your brain work harder to stay on track. Cleaning up your workspace isn't just about looking neat. It's about creating a space where your brain can focus without distractions. But it's not just clutter. Colors in your environment can impact your creativity too. Research has shown that certain colors can boost creativity, while others can drain it. For example, blue is often associated with calmness and creativity. It's why so many offices and creative spaces are painted blue. It helps people think more clearly and come up with new ideas. On the other hand, if your environment is full of dull gray tones, it can actually stifle creativity. Now, let's talk about personal space. When you're in a crowded environment, like a packed subway or a busy mall, you might notice that you start to feel uncomfortable or even a little anxious. This is because we all have a personal space bubble, a certain amount of space we need around us to feel comfortable. When that bubble is invaded, like when someone stands too close to you in a crowded place, it triggers a stress response. This is why people often feel more on edge in crowded environments. Your brain is constantly monitoring how close people are to you, and when you don't have enough space, it can make you feel nervous. Okay, now that we know how much your environment impacts your behavior and mood, let's talk about how to use this knowledge to your advantage. The good news is, you have the power to design your environment to improve your mental health and well-being. First up, create a space that makes you feel calm and relaxed. This could be your bedroom, your study space, or even a little corner of your house where you can go to unwind. Add some plants, soft lighting, and calming colors to make it a place where you can recharge after a stressful day. Remember how we talked about nature being calming? You can bring some of that into your space too. Even just having a couple of plants in your room can make a big difference. They help clean the air and create a sense of calm that your brain picks up on. If you're struggling with productivity, try decluttering your workspace. A clean, organized desk can make it way easier to focus and get things done. It's like giving your brain a clear path to follow, instead of making it navigate through a maze of distractions. And here's a bonus tip. Try working near a window if you can. Natural light is proven to boost your mood and energy levels, which can make you more productive and focused. Now, let's not forget about our digital environment. In today's world, we spend a lot of time in virtual spaces, whether it's social media, gaming, or just browsing the internet. And just like physical spaces, these digital environments have a massive impact on how we feel and behave. Social media platforms are designed to keep you engaged for as long as possible. The constant flow of likes, comments, and new posts can make you feel overstimulated, anxious, or even left out. Ever scrolled through Instagram and suddenly felt like you're missing out on something? That's the digital environment playing with your emotions. To keep your digital space healthy, think about setting limits on your screen time or curating your feed to only include content that inspires or uplifts you, rather than stuff that stresses you out. Just like physical clutter, digital clutter, like a chaotic desktop or endless unread emails, can make you feel overwhelmed. It's easy to forget, but keeping your digital spaces organized can help reduce that sense of overwhelm and help you focus better. Try cleaning up your phone by organizing apps into folders or deleting ones you don't use. Keeping your digital environment neat is just as important as keeping your physical space tidy. The spaces you spend time in can either help you thrive or hold you back. It's up to you to design them in a way that makes your life better. So, take a look around. What small changes can you make today to improve your surroundings and, in turn, your behavior and mood? Let me know in the comments what changes you're thinking about making in your space. And if this video opened your eyes to the power of your environment, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who could use these tips, and of course, hit that subscribe button for more content like this.